Angeles Angels of Anaheim. And now welcome to the broadcast booth, everybody. I am Joe Buck. Tim McCarver is coming right up. Well, here are the Yankees trying to end this ALCS here tonight. Stamp their ticket for a date with the Phillies next Wednesday night in New York for Game 1 of this year's World Series. On the other side, you've got the Angels trying to extend this series, get it back to New York on Saturday night, and they're turning to, in my opinion, the second best starting pitcher overall in this series, John Lackey, who was very good against the Red Sox in Game 1 of the Division Series here at home. Pretty good against the Yankees Game 1 of the American League Championship Series on Friday night in New York. Tim, the Yankees are up 3-1. Everybody's talking about Alex Rodriguez. Everybody's talking about home runs. But for A-Rod, it's been a lot more than just the long ball.
How many times do you go? You're exactly right. How many times do you go to a baseball game and see a guy affect the game at all four positions? Home plate with the home run. His third home run, third straight game. So he did it from home, and then he did it from first, stealing second base. In the ninth inning, he went back and tagged up, so he did it from second, going to third, and eventually scoring. And then after giving hand signals to Jorge Posada, he scores on contact. So he did it at home, first, second, and third. Pretty good day.
Yeah, pretty good day for Alex Rodriguez. And tonight, it's A.J. Burnett, his teammate, getting the baseball in Game 5. He takes on Lackey. We get set. Baseball next. The Yankees have rolled to a 3-1 lead, primarily on the back of their ace. The Angels now turn to their big man on the brink of elimination. Will the Yankees head back east with the World Series on their horizon, or can the Angels finally find some timely hitting, force a Game 6 in the Bronx? Tonight, Game 5, next on Fox. It's ALCS. Yankees up 3-1. Baseball is right around the corner, and you can reach for the perfect combination of flavor and refreshment. Budweiser, the great American lager. This crowd needs a little jolt here tonight, and it's important for John Lackey to take care of this Yankee lineup early, and for the Angels to try to get some life. Place is awful quiet this evening. Tonight's starting lineup for the Yankees brought to you by Taco Bell. Think outside the ball. Derek Jeter leads it off at short. Johnny Damon batting second. Mark Teixeira. Then it's Alex Rodriguez, the DH. Matsui Kano is batting behind Matsui. In game number 1, they moved Swisher up a spot. Now he's back in the number 7 position. Melky Cabrera is 8th, and Jose Molina does the catching for A.J. Burnett. He bats 9th. And here's the right-hander, John Lackey, who's been involved in some big postseason games. They talked about it, Eric and Mark and certainly Chris, during our pregame show, that he was the guy on the mound game 7 of the 2002 World Series when the Angels beat San Francisco. And here is the scouting report for the big right-hander.
Every pitcher, every starting pitcher, a fierce competitor, but none shows it any more than John Lackey. A hard, heavy sinker, gets a lot of ground balls when he's on, and his curveball should work early tonight. It did not work in game 1 because of the cold weather in the first 3 innings.
So Lackey represents the Angels, and in this soundbite, Howie Kendrick represents how this Angels team is feeling down 3-1 tonight.
Well, I think we'll come back and we'll play well. I mean, we've done it in the past, and I think we can still do it. I mean, obviously they're on the brink of putting us out of the playoffs, but you know, like I said, we got a good team, and we're going to compete. So we're not going to lay down and just say, oh, just because there are 3 games, you know, we're going to not play tomorrow. So we're definitely coming out fire, and we're going to be ready.
So we'll see if those words are prophetic from Howie Kendrick. Here's Derek Jeter, who is greeted with boos here in Anaheim. He is a career .346 hitter in this park. And over his last 16 games, he's hitting .353 with 5 homers, 9 RBIs, and he jumps on the first pitch, and here comes New York. A base hit into right center field, and in the blink of an eye, the Yankees have their leadoff man on. He's done that a lot as a leadoff hitter this season for the Yankees. Up there going after the first pitch. And he took the first offering from Lackey into right center. Rivera, Hunter, and Abreu in the outfield, infield. Figgins, Ibar, Meiser is Turris, Kendry Morales, with Jeff Mathis doing the catching for John Lackey. Here's Damon. 2 straight games with a home run for Johnny Damon. Takes a ball.
Angels have been throwing Johnny Damon a lot of curveballs, but in this situation, I think Lackey will rely on that sinker. Try to get the ground ball at somebody and get the double play. Fastball away.
And ripped into right field. Back-to-back hits to start the night. Johnny Damon is getting hot. Better as this series has gone on after just 1 hit in the division series against the Twins.
This is how the Yankees started off against John Lackey in game 1. First and second, nobody out after Jeter and Damon both singled. Like an instant replay here.
Hard to believe that Teixeira, who led the American League in homers and RBIs, does not have an RBI in this series. And that the Yankees are up 3-1 despite that. Played very good defensively at first base. But he is in year 1 of an 8-year, $180 million deal to swing the bat. The 1-0. Breaking ball is in for a strike from Lackey, 1-1. Lowest postseason average after leading the league in home runs and RBIs. There's Teixeira hitting 133 this postseason. Fooled on the pitch, strike 2.
So Lackey went fastball and then 2 breaking balls. They have been throwing Teixeira a lot of breaking balls out of the strike zone down, and he has been biting.
Just 4 for 30 overall swinging the bat this postseason. And that's wide. 2-2. Lackey is one pitcher. Teixeira has had success against. One of many, but 20 out of 52 in his career. 2-2 pitch. Full count. This could be a big first inning for New York. Take the crowd right out of it. Give A.J. Burnett a little breathing room here in the first inning. Back-to-back hits by Jeter and Damon. 3 to John Lackey.
I don't think the runners will be running.
They're not. And strike 3 call. 1 away.
It's because of that. 3 curveballs thrown to Mark Teixeira in that at bat. All 3 were strikes.
He's saying a backdoor pitch and then it was away. It was called strike 3, and now Alex Rodriguez. 5 home runs this postseason. Teixeira is talking to himself by the bat rack. And it's 2 on 1 out. Strike 1. You detailed the night for Alex Rodriguez here in game 4. Not only swinging the bat well, getting on a walk. He had a single, a double. He scored 3 times, stole a base. Scored from third on a chopper to second. And he pops it up. Right side might stay in play for Morales. 2 out.
Yeah, that's what the Angels have been trying to do to Alex Rodriguez, and they've been unsuccessful doing it because they've been falling behind in the count. But after getting the first strike, then Lackey came inside and made A-Rod inside out that pitch to get him on the pop-up. You've got to pitch Alex Rodriguez inside in order to be effective.
Here's Hideki Matsui. 2 on with nobody out. Another strikeout for Teixeira. That's his 8th strikeout of this ALCS. A-Rod fouled out. For the Yankees, it's up to Matsui. Ball 1. Home plate umpire tonight is Fielden Colbreth. Mathis goes out to talk as Jeter has had a number of looks at the signs. He's been at second base now, 3rd batter where he's been standing out there. So Mathis and Lackey may change it up. Colbreth is joined by Dale Scott, Tim McClellan, Laz Diaz, Bill Miller down the left field line, and Jerry Lane down the right field line. Matsui. Strike 1. Matsui in his career during the ALCS has hit .391 with runners in scoring position. 4 for 14 in this series, and he has 2 RBIs. Strike 2 on Matsui. And Lackey is 1 strike away from getting out of first inning trouble. Two. 90 RBIs during the regular season for Matsui, just 4 this postseason. Matsui did well to lay off, and it's a full count. Runners will go.
If you're a left-handed batter, the one thing you can do against John Lackey is look away. He rarely comes inside with the fastball. The fastball tails away to left-handers and the breaking ball. Remember, a 3-2 breaking ball to Mark Teixeira to strike him out in this inning.
Runners go. Matsui grounds to first. Morales lays back, flips. Lackey out of trouble. Yankees put their first 2 on. Teixeira struck out looking. More frustration for the Yankee first baseman. No score after a half. ALCS. Look at their lineup, brought to you by Taco Bell. Think outside the bunch. Sean Figgins leads off. Bobby Abreu batting second. Those two have not done much of anything in this series. Torrey Hunter, same can be said for him. Vlad Guerrero, the DH. Kendry Morales. Meiser is Turris. Juan Rivera has been moved down in the lineup. Jeff Mathis, he's been hot with the bat. He's in there to catch. Lackey and Eric Ibar is batting ninth. He's the shortstop. And here's A.J. Burnett. No record so far in the 2 previous postseason starts, but good in Game 2 of the division series. Good in Game 2 of this ALCS. Got into the 7th inning against the Angels. 6 1/3, 2 runs on 3 hits, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, 2 hit batsmen and a wild pitch. Tailing fastball, ball 1 to Sean Figgins. Combination of Figgins and Abreu. 4 for 32. Not one stolen base between the 2 of them. 2 guys who combined for 72 steals during the regular season. 2-0.
Good early sign for the Angels in Game 2. Burnett threw 3 innings. Threw the first pitch strike to 7 of the first 9 hitters, falling behind Figgins here.
And now 3-0. Sabathia so good in Game 4. Burnett trying to pick up where he left off. The 3-0. 3-1 from Burnett.
Trying to fight his way on. Figgins probably taking again.
And it's a leadoff walk. Take a look at the defense for the Yankees. Damon in left, Cabrera in center, Swisher in right. Around the infield, Rodriguez, Jeter, Cano, Teixeira, Molina catching A.J. Burnett. 3 double plays turned the last 2 games, and as a group, this Yankee lineup, which led the major leagues in home runs, had the 5th best defensive fielding percentage in the American League, made only 86 errors. They've made only 3 errors this entire postseason, and all came in game 2 last Saturday night. Here's Abreu. Strike 1. We've seen that look plenty from Bobby Abreu, kind of backing out of the batter's box, a half smile on his face, but he's frustrated. 2 for 16 in this series. Check on the runner Figgins, who has not only not stolen a base, hasn't attempted one. For whatever reason, the combination of A.J. Burnett and Jose Molina has worked out better statistically for the Yankees. And overall in his career, Jose Molina is 37% at cutting down potential base stealers. That's into center, right center. Figgins will dig for third. Cabrera gets it back in. And it's second and third with nobody out on a double by Abreu.
Mike Scioscia telling us that we are not getting our first 2 guys on base. Well, the Angels have their first 2 on here in the first inning. Cabrera playing Abreu way around to left center field because Bobby's hit a lot of balls to left field, made a lot of outs to left field, but a key hit perhaps here.
So now Torrey Hunter. Here's the next piece of the puzzle for the Angels. Trying to get their number 3 hitter going, who grounds one up the middle. Angels strike first. 1 run scores. Here is Abreu. 2-0 LA.
Out of 5 balls thrown to Sean Figgins, setting the tone for this inning. First pitch, flat breaking ball. No downward movement. That's a hanger right there. And Hunter puts the Angels on top.
Prior to that hit by Torrey Hunter, the Angels had been 4 for 29 in this series with runners in scoring position. A 138 average after leading baseball during the regular season at 297, just under a 300 average with runners in scoring position during the regular season. Here's Guerrero. Quick visit from Dave Island, the pitching coach for New York. Base hit into left center field by Guerrero. That goes all the way to the wall. Torrey Hunter from first. They're going to bring him home. No throw. 3-0.
Three base hits on the last 3 pitches. First Abreu, then Hunter, and now Guerrero.
it's Kendry Morales. Still nobody out in the inning, and Burnett steps off. Angels had a total of 5 hits in game 4. They've got 3 hits here in the first inning tonight. And Kendry Morales takes the ball. Two out of 16 in this ALCS with 1 home run. This is a Yankee staff that has a 1.91 ERA this entire postseason. Different story tonight with Burnett, who falls behind 2-0.
Different story with that breaking ball, too. He's thrown 3 breaking balls, all of them flat. Burnett normally with one of the best, if not the best, curveball in the major leagues. Not tonight so far.
2-0. Line drive over the glove of Jeter. Here comes Guerrero. It's 4-0 Angels. That was apprehensive and quiet coming into this stadium at the beginning of the night is anything but now, as the Angels have gone 3 for 3 with runners in scoring position tonight.
The Spanish word for liner is línea. There have been a lot of la líneas from the last 4 hitters. Woo.
Here's Meiser as Turris. Tailing pitch for strike 1. The highest single inning run output for the Angels in this ALCS. They put up 4. Still nobody out. 1-1 on his Turris. The Angels had not scored in the first inning in any game this postseason. Facing elimination, they have come out swinging it here tonight. And a bouncer that is Turris goes after strike 2.
First good breaking ball, even though it's out of the strike zone. Good play by Jose Molina to keep it in front of him.
The 1-2. Check swing. 2-2.
Close.
As Turris got the call from Las Diaz. And the count is even. 2-2 pitch. Hit into right. Back is Swisher, and on the run in front of the track hauls it in. A loud first out. That ball hung up just a bit. 1 on, 1 out. 4 hits in this inning. Followed a leadoff walk. Double by Abreu. 2-run single by Torrey Hunter. RBI double by Guerrero. RBI single by Morales. Here's Juan Rivera.
One thing a pitcher and a catcher try to do together is take the sting out of the balls. A.J. Burnett and Jose Molina have not taken the sting out of a lot of balls hit by the Angels in the early going.
Rivera just 2 for 17 in this ALCS. Takes strike 1. Story for this first inning for A.J. Burnett, falling behind hitters and not having a good sharp breaking ball.
Again, throwing 4 out of 5 balls to Sean Figgins to lead off the game.
The 0-1. There's a good one. Strike 2.
That leadoff walk really sets the tone of a multi-run inning, because a pitcher feels like since he walked a batter, he's got to come back and use the fat part of the plate. When you do that with these big league hitters, they hammer pitches like that, and the Angels have done that.
The Angels have been waiting for an inning like this. Blocked by Molina, who used just about every piece of his body to flop down in front of that pitch. It's 1-2.
Joe, the scouting report, the first point is don't fall behind. He did that with Figgins, and that set the scene once again for a bad inning for the Yankees, the worst they've had in the postseason.
To third, Rodriguez to second, out over to first, out. 5-4-3 double play. The Angels have been waiting for an inning like this one since last Friday night. Putting up 4 runs on 4 hits, facing elimination, up 4-zip after 1. First up for New York, then Swisher, and then Cabrera. 4-zip. Angels lead after 1. Here's a 1-0. Chopped off his front foot. That baseball was, and the count 1 ball 1 strike. Cano so far in this ALCS, 4 out of 17, 2 RBIs. Try and get something going for the Yankees. We watched A.J. Burnett get roughed up in the first inning. A walk, then 4 straight hits. Nicely turned double play, ended it 5-4-3 from Rodriguez to Cano and on to first. So now here we are in the second, a 1-1 count. Lackey turns 31 tomorrow. 6'6", 245 pounds, and a career ERA in the postseason of an even 3. This one's into right center field. Cano got under it. Torrey Hunter back about a step in front of the track. 1 out. Chevy and baseball have teamed up to give fans a chance to win tickets to the postseason. And even better, you have a chance to win a new Chevy. Just register at worldseries.com/Chevy, and may the best team win. 1 out for Nick Swisher, who in his career in the postseason is just 8 for 48.
It's interesting, Joe. John Lackey turning 31 on Friday and won his 100th game back in August. It gives you an idea of just how many 300 wins are.
That's hard hit. 1 hop to Morales. 2 out. So here's a guy who's 30, about to be 31. Ken Rosenthal is with us down at field level, and John Lackey as well as Sean Figgins both figure to head into the free agency market. What kind of market will there be out there for Lackey?
A very good one, Joe. He is going to be the top starting pitcher available, and he's going to draw a lot of comparisons to one of last year's big winners, his opponent tonight, A.J. Burnett. If you remember, Burnett got a 5-year, $82.5 million deal, and it wasn't just the Yankees bidding. The Braves offered him $77.5 million. Lackey is going to want more than Burnett. He's generally been considered to be more reliable throughout his career.
He misses up and in for a ball, 1 strike on Melky Cabrera, who had a big game 4 RBIs. And there's the career slab for John Lackey. Good curveball, strike 2.
He's got one of the better curveballs, and it's a lot more condensed than a guy like Burnett.
Got him on the outside corner. Second strikeout for Lackey, who looked sharp here in the first 2. Bottom of the second rolls in. Mathis, Ibar, Figgins coming up. 4-0 Angels. 3 LCS MVPs to come from a losing team. Here's Jeff Mathis. What a run he's been on. Last 3 at bats, he has had 3 doubles, all during extra innings. And he got the game winner here, game 3 on Monday. That's inside, and the count 2-0 from Burnett, and a visit from Jose Molina. And I guess logic would tell you that any scouts that would be left scouting this ball game would be doing so for the Philadelphia Phillies.
Winners of the National League last night. The most valuable player, by the way, did not come from a losing team. Ryan Howard. What a remarkable league championship series he had.
Here's a 2-0 to Mathis, who's been pounding fastballs, and he takes one here for strike 1.
He loves to hit what he doesn't love to call high fastballs.
The 2-1 from Burnett. Off the mask, I believe, of Molina. The count 2-2. Eric Ibar will follow, and then back to Sean Figgins. 4-0 Angels, trying to send this series back to the Bronx. 2-2. Base hit through the right side, and a leadoff knock for Jeff Mathis. How about Jeff Mathis in this ALCS? You go back to game 1, the collision with Alex Rodriguez, who tried to score the second run on a Matsui double. Great defense throughout. And then the game winner. Off of Seves in the 11th inning on Monday. Had a double off Hughes, the game winner off of Seves. 1 for 1 tonight. Ibar grounds one to Cano. 4-6-3 double play. 2 out, nobody on.
Every Angel that's made contact has hit the ball right on the button. Even the double plays turn. 1 hit by Rivera, 1 hit by Ibar, the out by Asturias. Everything 8 in a row have been hit right on the meat of the bat, the sweet part.
And all 8 at bats followed the leadoff walk to this man, Sean Figgins, who came around to score. And now he shoots one into left center field. Cabrera's back to grab it, and after a leadoff hit, only 3 come to the plate in the second for the Angels. We go to the third, 4-0 LA. Damon. Then Teixeira struck out. Rodriguez fouled out. Matsui grounded out. And the Angels bounced back after the top of the inning and scored 4 times on 4 hits and a walk. Molina goes after the first pitch and flies to Abreu and right. 1 out, top of the 3rd. Major League Baseball's Reviving Baseball in Inner Cities has given its 1 million plus participants a chance to play, learn, and grow. For more information, visit MLB.com/RBI. Jeter took the first pitch and dropped it into right center field for a base hit. His first time up. Now 7 for 22 in this ALCS. Battling a cold. Takes a strike. The 0-1 from Lackey is grounded to the right side. To his left is Turris. 2 out.
This Turris did not catch this ball cleanly, but fortunately for the Angels, it stays in front of him and a short throw to get Jeter. Sometimes you just squeeze the glove prematurely.
So the first 2 are out for New York, and the number 2 hitter in the lineup is Johnny Damon. Singled his first time, and he is falling into that hot category. He homered here on Monday. He homered here on Tuesday. 1 for 1 on Thursday. That is just out of play, and Mathis almost ended up in somebody's lap. Screen or no screen.
Yeah, Jeff did what he could and kind of skids the last 1.5 yards. He's all right.
Two out, nobody on. 1-1 to Johnny Damon. Ball 2. Yankees start tonight averaging 2 home runs per game during the postseason. They've hit 8 so far during 4 ALCS games. That's to the right side. Diving stop by Morales. The flip in time. The inning is over, and Johnny Damon argues. Now Joe Girardi will argue. They may have a good argument. Let's look. Chalk up another one. Bottom of the 3rd. 4-0 Angels. First pitch to Abreu to start the bottom of the third is ball one low. It'll be Abreu, Hunter, and Guerrero. Anybody gets on, Kendry Morales. 4-0 Angels here in Game 5. Down 3-1. The 1-0. Fastball for a strike, 1-1. Got to look at that play at first base on our way to break. Johnny Damon called out at first. Was safe, called out. Top of the third inning ended. There's a strike on the outside part, strike 2. A mild protest from Damon. Teixeira went down. He was in the on deck circle and watched it. He went down to argue, and Girardi beat him out there and put his 2 cents worth in. But here we are in the bottom half of the third, and Abreu is out number 1. Here's that play again. That's the first strikeout for A.J. Burnett.
It has been a dreadful postseason for the umpiring crews. Damon was safe at first base. As you can see, the foot beat the throw. 2 blown calls at third base last night by Tim McClellan. Dale Scott at second base on a play where Nick Swisher diving back. It's been a tough postseason for the umpires.
It was our Coors Light freeze cam, brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Torrey Hunter spins away from a breaking ball that stays up and in ball 1. I think as the years have gone on, there's been such a sea change with regard to technology used covering these games. And with it has come a sea change with the way viewers watch games and what they expect and what they see. But he always trying to get everything right. It has rekindled the talk about instant replay and expanding it from how it's currently used, which is right now, I think, in its most minimal form on balls that either leave the park fair or foul, on home runs or just over the wall or hitting in the top of the wall as Hunter takes the ball low and away.
Well, if the last 2 games had instant replay, they would both be 5.5-hour games. There were that many disputed calls.
3 balls and a strike on Hunter with 1 out, nobody on. And a 1-out walk. Second walk issued by A.J. Burnett. Ken Rosenthal is with us, and to me, Ken, there's so much pressure mounting this postseason with all of the highlights and the missed calls that have happened so far this postseason that you get the feeling something's coming from baseball, maybe not for this World Series, but maybe next year, in changing the way these games are umpired with more help from the booth.
You're right, Joe, but I spoke last week with the commissioner, Bud Selig, and he remains adamantly opposed to expanding replay. He told me baseball is not a game that can have interminable delays. But what's interesting is you're starting to hear from umpires some more support for expanding replay. For instance, I spoke with John Hirschbeck today. He was head of the umpires union for 9 years. He said, I can be humble enough to say that I made a mistake, but we got it right. I can put my pride aside. We don't want anything to do with the outcome of the game.
Yeah, and I would think after initial resistance, umpires would embrace it, knowing that they have that fallback, so that after game 4, they're not waking up and watching their calls dissected. Eventually, you get it right, whether it's on ESPN or wherever people would see it the next morning, in what was a 10-1 game, and really shouldn't have been part of the discussion. A dominant win for the Yankees over the Angels. 1 on, 1 out for Vladimir Guerrero, who has an RBI double and a run scored in this game. Strike 1.
Where do you draw the line as far as replays are concerned? You know, do you start questioning strike zone calls, just plays on the bases, foul lines? Boundary calls are obviously in vogue right now, but where do you stop once you start more instant replays?
I'll say this, I think you keep the strike zone out of it. But as far as what's on the line during the postseason, I think expanding replay, whereas a month ago, maybe even 2 weeks ago, had you asked me personally, I would have said forget it. I think it's fine the way it is. Leave it alone. How about that jump by Torrey Hunter? He was almost to second base before Burnett lifted his left leg to bring it home, and the stolen base is his first of this postseason.
What a catcher does in this situation, you throw to third to head him off. There are jumps and there are jumps. That was a jump.
I mean, Burnett was kind of frozen there for a moment, and he was intent on going to the plate. Probably would have balked had he stopped himself, and Molina's going, hey. Pitch is high on top of it. 1 ball, 1 strike on Guerrero. Runner at second, 1 out. And a good pitch down and in from Burnett, 1-2. Nothing. Angels runner at second, 1 out, and a 1-2 count from Burnett. 2-2.
I don't think base calls, out and safe calls should enter into the instant replay arena. If they want to expand the boundary lines to foul lines, in my view, I think that would be fine. So the boundary over the fence, and then the boundaries down the left field line or the right field line. Outside that, I think the game should be left alone.
It's Bruce Fremming, and that gets away from Molina, and over to third goes Hunter, who rounded third and goes back. He's there with 1 out, and a 3-2 count on Guerrero.
Another wild pitch. Burnett had one in the first game with the bases loaded, and the Angels took advantage of that, tying the score in the 7th inning of game 1 or game 2. This is a breaking ball, one of the toughest balls to get in front of any breaking ball in the big leagues. Now the Yankees have to pull their infield in.
Here's a 3-2. Guerrero chops to short. Jeter comes home. And now Torrey Hunter's caught in a rundown. He'll try to get in it long enough for Guerrero to get into scoring position. He does. Throw to third. Hunter is out. Down to second is Guerrero, 2 away.
That's why you bring the infield in. An easy play for Derek Jeter. The one thing you don't like to see happen if you're the Yankees is getting a pitcher in the rundown. Molina releases the ball too quickly to Alex Rodriguez, and now you've got Burnett in the mix. And watch him look at second base. No, he did not look at second base. I thought he took a peek at Guerrero down at second. They do get the out, but in the process, Hunter allowing Guerrero a chance to get to second base.
Burnett almost let up enough at the end where Hunter got back to third.
Yeah, you know, with the naked eye, there was something. I thought he looked at second base. He didn't look, but that's why you don't want to get pitchers in rundown plays.
Strike 1 on Kendry Morales with Guerrero at second, 2 out. Morales has an RBI hit, just his 3rd hit of this LCS. Produced his 3rd RBI. Up and in, 1 ball, 1 strike.
I said the wild pitch was in the 7th inning of game 2. It was in the 5th inning of game 2.
Guerrero at second with 2 out, and Morales chases it and fouls it into the upper deck, 1-2. We'll try not to belabor the point about umpires and replay. There's certainly more to the conversation. But I think this time of year, baseball risks losing some credibility with an audience that expects more with this new technology. And in my opinion, you can include base calls just in the postseason. And it's an opportunity for baseball to leapfrog ahead of the NFL. I think the NFL system takes too long. And I don't know why a replay system in baseball would have to take that long to overturn a call on the field. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kendry Morales chops one to first. It's a foul ball. In the case of the other night, we had that call at third by Tim McClellan with Swisher leaving third. We had a look at that in a double box in about 8 seconds before we went to break. If somebody up the press box level could have the ability to overturn that call with a clear look at it, overturn it and go. Get it right, move on. I don't think you need to send the crew chief off the field into a locker room to look at the replay. That to me is ridiculous.
Yeah, the interesting thing about Swisher's trip around the bases the other night, he was out at second base and called safe. He was safe at third base and called out.
What a night. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Morales. And a fly ball into center. Kendry got under it. Cabrera back in front of the track to end the inning. A walk in the inning. 1 left. We go to the 4th. Part of the order coming up for the Yankees, who trail by 4. Gave up hits to the first 2 hitters and has retired 9 straight since. Good curveball for strike 1 on Teixeira. Rodriguez and Matsui will follow. We just visited with Lackey's pitching coach Mike Butcher, and we'll play that for you during this top half of the 4th with the Angels up 4-0. The 1-1.
That's outside.
Important pitch in that top of the first, a 3-2 delivery, a breaking ball to Teixeira that was called strike 3. Mackey took advantage of it, got A-Rod, and then Matsui. There's a fastball for a strike, 2-2. With a lead of 4 or more runs, a 44-1 career record for John Lackey. And a base hit into center field. Off the bat of Teixeira. First question for Mike Butcher was about the warmer weather and John Lackey having a better feel for his curveball tonight.
Yeah, I thought he threw the ball well in game 1. You know, the elements were bad for both sides. I thought his breaking ball was pretty good that night too. John has the ability to spin the ball extremely well. So you know, the big thing for him is still pounding the strike zone, working both sides of the plate. He's got a nice two-seamer working. Getting that breaking ball over. He just needs to keep doing what he's doing right here.
And he's about to deal with the heart of this lineup in general terms. What are you doing so well against Teixeira, and what would you like to do better against Alex Rodriguez?
Well, it's about I guess the hardest thing to do is, you know, 1 through 9, they swing the bats extremely well. They can work the count on you. They got power up and down through the lineup. So we're just trying to mix it up as best we can. You know, I don't want to give any secrets. It's just, you know, it's all about executing pitches. You know, right now, that's the bottom line. We just got to go out there and execute, and hopefully we get some, you know, works out our way.
Fair enough, but you can't blame me for asking, right?
I can't blame you. You know, it's you tell me what CC Sabathia is doing against us, and I'll tell you what John's doing.
I'll ask.
All righty.
Thanks.
You got it.
It's Mike Butcher, and we thank Mike and certainly Joe Girardi for joining us from the dugouts during this ALCS. Here's that last pitch to Rodriguez.
Well, it's pretty clear what John Lackey wants to do to Alex Rodriguez. He wants to throw him right there where he did.
And again, he gets a strike right in that spot.
So after the line drive foul, he comes right back in there. I mean, Alex Rodriguez, once again, whether Mike wants to admit it or not, loves to extend his arms. And that's where pitchers love to go, inside to him. That's about the only vulnerable spot. That was supposed to be inside and ended up outside.
2-2.
See Mathis setting up inside.
He's throwing that one to Boris instead of Mathis.
Well, Scott, an ex-minor league player.
The agent, super agent, who's behind the backstop. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rodriguez takes strike 3. Good pitch. Lackey, 1 out.
This is what the Angels have wanted to do to Rodriguez. Trying to come inside, comes inside, hits it hard, back inside. He missed with that one inside, and the inside fastball gets him.
Now Hideki Matsui 1 on 1 out with Cano to follow. Up and away, ball 1.
Joe, I talked to Joe Madden, the manager of the Tampa Bay Rays. Talked to him yesterday. He was traveling from one part of the country to another. Had furniture in his truck. And we talked about Alex Rodriguez. And he said he has never seen this part of Alex Rodriguez. That he's handling the ball inside. He's protecting both sides of the plate. And of course, the Rays played the Yankees 19 times this year. They were the representative of the American League in last year's World Series.
Hard hit off the glove of Morales. It's Turris for the out. Score at 3-4-3 with Morales. Knocking it over to is Turris, and back to Kendry Morales, 2 out.
Morales almost getting a save right here. Good play by Turris following the play. And the ball trickling down to him. And of course, Matsui, having both knees drained this year, is not a fast runner. And that's why they still had a chance. Nicely done.
Minor league coaches in the Angel organization used to talk about Kendry Morales and call him brick hands in the minor leagues as he tried to learn first base. He played some outfield, and had the Angels re-signed Teixeira, probably would have played right field this year. Abreu was signed late, right before spring training, but he has really improved, and he's made 2 good plays to his right in Game 5 alone. Down at second is Teixeira. He led off with a hit. He's there with 2 out, and Cano took a strike. 4 out of 18 in this ALCS is Cano. 1 ball, 1 strike to Robinson, who hit 25 home runs during the regular season. Just a .231 career postseason hitter is Cano. Yankees made Lackey work in Game 1 of this LCS. He had thrown 76 pitches through 4 innings in Game 1. He's at 49 right now, trying to get through the top of the 4th. Foul ball, 2-2.
What we are seeing tonight in John Lackey and A.J. Burnett, we're seeing two-pitch pitchers, fastball, curveball. They'll use different types of fastballs. For instance, Lackey with a 2-seamer that goes away to left-handers and a 4-seamer that comes inside. And with 2 strikes, he will often come inside the left-handed batters.
Up and in, full count. On deck is Swisher. Game 1 against John Lackey. Cano was hitless, and he swings and misses at a good Lackey curveball. And the Angel right-hander gets around a leadoff hit. Bottom of the 4th, 4-0 Angels. Big first inning for the Angels, exactly what they needed. Still leading 4-0 behind Lackey, and a strike from A.J. Burnett to Meiser is Turris. Juan Rivera, Jeff Mathis will follow to the plate. The 0-1 from Burnett. Tailing fastball doesn't move enough. 1 ball, 1 strike. Turris lined out to right his first time up. Chase the pitch, chops one to Jeter. 1 out. This week it's a Fox NFL Sunday doubleheader and some great games. Brett Favre and the Vikings taking on Big Ben, Ben Roethlisberger and the Steelers. That's in the early window, plus other regional action, which includes late Matt Ryan and the Falcons taking on the Dallas Cowboys coming off their bye week. Coverage begins Sunday with America's #1 pregame show at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. With 1 out, here's Rivera, who pops it up. Out goes Jeter, in comes Damon, who takes over and makes the play 2 out.
That football promo reminding us all that the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders do not use slide steps. They're all high kickers.
Reminding us.
Yes.
It reminded you.
Yes, it did. Yeah, well, I was being a little more liberal,
I know.
including you and me and everybody else, and Kenny and Steve Horn and Pete Macheska and Bill Webb.
We're all in there with you. With 2 out, nobody on. A.J. Burnett fires a strike. Burnett would like a do-over from that first inning. Started with a walk, a double, a single, a double, a single, and 4 runs on 4 hits. 2 out, nobody on, and the 0-1. How about Mathis? He's a hitting machine into left center field. How about another double for the Angel catcher?
That is his 4th double of the series. A breaking ball, and it's flat. And that has been the situation tonight with A.J. Burnett's breaking ball. No downward movement, just sitting in the higher part of the strike zone. Mathis singling to right field his first time up, and now another double.
Here is Eric Ibar. He can add to the Angels' lead, which is 4-0. Mathis came into this game with 3 straight doubles. His last at-bat, game 2 at Yankee Stadium on Saturday night. Then the 2 doubles in the extra innings here on Monday, both in that same spot. Now one right back into left center field off the bat of Mathis. What do you have, 6 doubles all season long?
8
doubles. He's got 4 doubles in this ALCS.
A .211 hitter this season.
And a career .200 hitter.
Yeah.
Yankees can't get him out. Ibar fouls it back 0-2. Here's an 0-2, and that's out in front of the plate. Molina picks it up and throws for the out. The inning is over. A 2-out double by Mathis. On a beautiful night in Southern California. Let's go to the 5th. 4-0 Angels back after this from your local Fox station. Losing team. The answer, Freddie Lynn, 82 Angels. Hit 6-11, 5 RBIs. They lost to Milwaukee. Mike Scott of the 86 Astros. 18 innings pitched, 1 run, 19 strikeouts. They lost to the Mets. And Jeffrey Leonard, 1 flap down, 1987. To the Giants, 4 home runs in the first 4 games. A 7-game loss to the Cardinals. And that home run hitter, Jose Oquendo, went deep in that series before the Cardinals lost to the Twins in the World Series. First pitch is a ball to Nick Swisher. The next to the switch hitting outfielders, ball 2. It'll be Swisher, Cabrera, Molina for the Yankees, who trail by 4 and who lead 3-1. That's foul.
That World Series back in 1987, I believe the first time that the home team won every game. The Minnesota Twins won 2 at the Metrodome. The Cardinals won 3 in St. Louis. And then the Twins won it with winning Game 6 and Game 7.
Counts 2-2 on Swisher. Swisher only 2 hits in this series, just 3 in this postseason, 3 for 25. Supports the Nick Swisher Foundation and Swish's Wishes. Strikeouts for Troops. Women's Cancer Research Fund. Talked about it in Game 1. He has really changed the mood of this Yankee team, loosened him up a bit in his first year after they got him from the White Sox, but he strikes out to start this 5th. That's 5 strikeouts against no walks for John Lackey and 1 out in the 5th inning. If there is a game on Saturday night, it'll be Game 6 of this 09 ALCS. Coverage begins at 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific, in high def only on Fox, in a matchup of Joe Saunders, no decision, Game 2. Andy Pettit, no decision, Game 3. First pitch up and away, ball 1. Pettit was preparing for that start here about 3.5 hours before the game, running pass patterns in the outfield. One of the trainers throwing him a football. Here's a base hit into center. And Cabrera, who swung the bat pretty well in this series, is on with 1 out in the 5th. And now Molina is going to be called back to the dugout. And we could see Posada right here.
It's a good move.
And we will.
You're 4 runs down. It's the only thing to think about right now. Now, if there were 2 outs and nobody on, you'd let Molina hit for himself. But right now, you need offense, you need runs.
Against John Lackey, Jorge Posada is 14 out of 36, a career .389 average against John Lackey. We will try to get Posada before the Yankees turn their lineup over and go to Derek Jeter, who will be next. So it's Posada here in the 5th inning. A guy who has hit well in this ballpark. Last 13 games, 5 homers, 16 RBIs, and a .425 average. He had a double, 2 walks in Game 4. He had a walk, a single, and a home run in Game 3. And a good curveball from Lackey, strike 1. one drops low. Ball and a strike.
Fastball inside here.
Too far in, throw down, and Cabrera gets back. 2-1 on the hitter, Posada.
Throwing from behind the hitter, nobody better in that regard than Yadier Molina, the fine throwing catcher of the St. Louis Cardinals and the brother of Jose.
Breaking ball is fouled. 2-2. One on, one out, and strike 3 called. Strikeout number 6.
Finishing Posada off with something different that he started him off with. 2 curveballs for strikes, and then the fastball gets Posada.
Now Jeter, 1 for 2. Jeter came in the first inning having hit .353 over his last 16 postseason games with 5 home runs. Singled his first time, grounded out to second his next time, and he's behind on the count 0-1. Very good curveball all night from John Lackey.
Lackey is yet to give up a run here at Angel Stadium this postseason. 4 2/3 today. 8 innings against the Red Sox when he beat them 5-0 in game 1 of the LDS.
Now A.J. Burnett will throw to Jorge Posada. Posada, Dave Island, the pitching coach, and Burnett talk it over. Fastball for strike 2. Smothered by Mathis, keeps it at the plate and keeps Cabrera at first. He's there with 2 out. Six strikeouts put up by Lackey tonight on Joe Girardi's lineup. Another good job by Mathis. 2-2.
He's all over the place back there. Well, he has really been impressive during this postseason. This is a very difficult play. And he keeps Cabrera at first base.
Mathis wants to go through the signs again. Top of the 5th inning, 4-0 Angels, 1 on, 2 out. 2-2 count. The Angel ace Strikes out the side in the 5th, has 7 on the night, and leads the Yankees 4-0. Joe Girardi will play that for you in a moment. Strike one over the outside part from Burnett.
The last time Jorge Posada caught A.J. Burnett 53 days ago on September 1st in Baltimore.
The statistics and the numbers tell you why Jose Molina has been catching A.J. Burnett as opposed to Jorge Posada. Opponents hit 209 when Molina's behind the plate, 270 when Posada is. Molina made the start here tonight, went the first 4, lifted for a pinch hitter in the top of this 5th, and so with the hope of getting a jolt offensively, Joe Girardi called on Posada off the bench. He struck out, and now after a brief meeting with Dave Island, the pitching coach, and A.J. Burnett, Posada's back there putting down signs with Figgins at the plate, and a 1-2 count. And Figgins went around. That's strikeout number 2 for A.J. Burnett. Joe Girardi, we talked to him, and the first question was about a do-over and that Burnett has pitched well after that rough first inning.
Yeah, he just got a few too many of the balls in the middle of the plate, and it started off with a walk, and that's not a good sign usually. But he settled down nicely, and if he can hold him in check, we still got a shot here.
Yeah, we like the move up here, pinch hitting Posada for Jose Molina. Has the media made too much of the whole Jorge Posada catching A.J. Burnett issue?
You know, everything in New York, it can get kind of big. It's just being in New York. And we felt, you know, it was time for Georgie to go in. This way we make sure he gets 2 at-bats and he can be impactful possibly.
Yeah, we saw Dave Island, your pitching coach, go over and talk to the other 2, meaning in this case Burnett and Posada. A few words, any clue as to what they were?
Just to make sure that they're talking about what we're going to do to the next few hitters. I mean, we do that a lot. We talk about the situation that's coming up and just to, you know, talk about what's going on.
Joe, thanks for your time.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Joe Girardi with a count 1-1 on Abreu. Ken Rosenthal is with us. How do you think A.J. Burnett, Ken Rosenthal, has handled all this with regard to Posada and Molina?
Very well, Joe. It's clearly a touchy situation, but he said all the right things. Number one, he has said that the responsibility for pitch selection ultimately is on him, and he also has shown Posada the proper respect. Obviously, Posada isn't thrilled with this arrangement, but Burnett told me his reaction is human. When you're a postseason legend like he is over here and you're not playing, you're going to get upset.
Say this, Posada was loud about his disappointment and his displeasure with not starting in Game 2 of the division series against the Twins. Had a few comments that made it into the papers and onto the talk shows. It has quieted since then. And here's one off Burnett to Cano for the out. The first 2 are gone here in the 5th inning.
I was involved in a situation like that the last 4 years of my career when I was with Philadelphia catching Steve Carlton. Bob Boone was the #1 catcher. He was a gentleman throughout, but he was upset, and I mean really upset, and never agreed with Danny Ozark in catching me when Steve Carlton pitched. I can understand both sides. I can understand Joe Girardi's having to do it. I can understand Jorge Posada's feelings about somebody thinking he can't do it.
Here's Hunter with a base hit into left with 2 out in the 5th.
And I can understand the Yankees' position taking a potent bat out of the lineup. I mean, here's one of the great offensive hitters in postseason history. From a catching standpoint, 103 games. It is a very, very ticklish situation. But I will say that in my view, Posada has handled it like a true professional.
1 on, 2 out for Vladimir Guerrero, who's 1 for 2. An RBI double, a run scored in the 1st. Torrey Hunter has a stolen base in this game. It's his first of the postseason. Stole 18 during the regular year. And draws another throw from A.J. Burnett. Groin injury this season slowed down what could have been a career year production-wise for Torrey Hunter. Legs feel fine and has shown no ill effects even in the cold weather back in New York the first 2 games of this LCS. In the dirt as Guerrero checked his swing. Just to look at it with the numbers. Baseball is a numbers game, and you look at the stats with Molina, A.J. Burnett this season, the ERA of 3.11 with Posada just under 5. There's the difference in the opponent's batting average and the strikeouts per 9 innings up with Molina compared to with Posada.
To put a wrap on that little vignette, Joe, I will say that you know, when you make that move, it's got to work immediately. If it doesn't work immediately, you go back to Posada. But it worked immediately as far as the coupling of Molina and Burnett.
The first 2 postseason starts have been very good. 6 innings, a run on 3 hits. Game 2 of the division series against the Twins. 6 1/3, 2 runs, 3 hits. 4 strikeouts, 2 walks. In Game 2 of this ALCS. A little closer. Hunter's getting worn out over there. Diggling with Teixeira. The 1-0 to Vladimir Guerrero. Fastball, fly ball, right field for Swisher. Inning is over. Back to work. John Lackey. How good has he been? 5 innings. No runs. 4 hits. And a lot of strikeouts. Teixeira Rodriguez trying to end this series here tonight. Lackey and the Angels trying to move this show back to the Bronx for a Saturday night game 6. 2-0 from Lackey, tying his career playoff high with 7 strikeouts is John Lackey. He's allowed 4 hits, no runs. Damon has one of those 4 hits, and he takes strike 1. And hard hit, but right at Kendry Morales. 1 away. Home plate umpire Field and Colbreth is wearing a microphone, and we go back to the strikeout of Sean Figgins in the 5th.
Oh, no. Did he go? Did that hit the ground? Do we need to get that ball back? I couldn't tell if it hit the ground. No, I didn't. Okay. No. No, hell, if I ask you that, I expect you to tell me the truth. You know what I mean?
Nice moment between Colbreth And Posada, here's a fly ball into left. Back is Juan Rivera. Still rolling is Lackey, 2 out.
There was also a nice conversation between Jerry Lane and Mike Scioscia last night. And in my view, it elevated the integrity of cooperation among the 3 participants. Mike Scioscia, Jerry Lane, and Mike Napoli. Scioscia asking Jerry Lane about the pitch calls, why he wasn't getting, and Jerry Lane said, look, you know, Napoli's moving inside. He needs to get a little lower. And the next inning, sure enough, Napoli got lower, and they got the low fastball call strikes.
Rodriguez down toward the end of the bat into right center field. This ball is off the wall. Rodriguez digging for second. Good throw, but safe with a double is A-Rod.
Well, Alex Rodriguez gets a chance to extend his arms. Remember the first 2 at-bats, Lackey coming inside, and this is what American League pitchers fear, is A-Rod extending his arms. Tremendous power to right center field.
Really not an awful pitch from Lackey. It had good bite to it.
Not to most guys, but it is to him.
Down toward the end of the bat and all the way carrying off the wall for a 2-out double. Yankees trying to get on the board, and here is Matsui, who is 0 for 2. Yankees aren't getting much from Matsui. Swisher, and certainly Teixeira, who has a hit here tonight but has not driven in a run this series and only 1 this postseason.
Yeah, the best at bats that Matsui has had during this series against John Lackey. 2 hits in game 1.
2-0 the count. Matsui hit 28 home runs during the regular season, has 0 with 2 RBIs in this ALCS. Breaking ball's a good one on 2-0. Up by 4 and a 2-0 curveball. It's 2-1.
Got to have a lot of confidence in throwing that pitch for a strike when you could throw it here, and he did.
To the right side and foul. It's 2-2. Another foul from Matsui. A.J. Burnett will trot out for the bottom of this 6th inning with Morales, Izturis, and Rivera. Lackey trying to keep it a 4-run lead. Ball 3.
Regardless of the situation, regardless of the count, Lackey's go-to pitch tonight has been the curveball.
Misses with it for ball 4. And now with Cano coming up, one swing of the bat could change the entire complexion of this game. That's the first walk handed out by Lackey tonight. It follows the double by Rodriguez, and it gives Cano a chance, who's 0 for 2 tonight, and who's 4 out of 19 in this series, and who came in a career .231 postseason hitter.
For 162 games this year, Cano has been a fastball, first ball hitter. But for whatever reason, in the postseason, he has not been as aggressive early in the count. Kevin Long he's the hitting instructor of the Yankees, trying to convince him to be aggressive early in the count.
He goes after the first pitch and comes up empty. Strike one. .25 home runs during the regular season. To the shortstop. Ibar flips and the inning is over. John Lackey doing his best here tonight. Bottom of the 6th. Angels bat up 4-0.
Mike Scioscia is going to go as far as he can with it. He has just been dominant tonight against a very tough lineup.
And here in the bottom of the 6th inning, A.J. Burnett is back to work, and his stumble happened right out of the gate with a 4-run, 4-hit, and a walk first inning. The man at the plate, Kendry Morales, was right in the middle of that with an RBI single. On deck is Meiser, is Turris, then Juan Rivera. 4-0 Angels. 2-0 pitch. Three-0 from Burnett. If Burnett doesn't get Kendry Morales, I would expect to see that Yankee bullpen get busy. Right now, no action. 3-0 delivery. 3-1. Had 2 days off, basically. Sabathia going 8 innings in Game 4, and Chad Godin finishing in that 10-1 win. Full count. In-game box score for the Angels, brought to you by Fox Business Network, the new home of the American Dream on DirecTV channel 359, or check your local listings. Figgins does not have a hit, but started the first inning with a walk, scored a run. Abreu had a double, Hunter a single, Guerrero a double, Morales a single. Jeff Mathis 2 for 2 tonight as Morales fouls it away and the count stays full. Young Cuban-born star is Kendry Morales, a real good young player who defected from Cuba and is out on the market. Aroldis Chapman, 21-year-old, established residency in Angora, and there will be heavy bidding for him. So some younger Cuban players able to leave the island and make their way toward Major League Baseball.
Kendry played in Havana for the Industriales, which are really the Yankees, the New York Yankees of Cuba. Batted .391 as a 19-year-old hitter down there. A world of talent.
Here is a 3-2 pitch again to Kendry Morales, and a foul. Back to the backstop. Angora, if you don't know, is a small island. Three balls, 2 strikes on Kendry Morales. Two pitch and a swing and a miss at a pitch in the dirt, and tagged out is Morales for out number 1 and strikeout number 3 for A.J. Burnett, who Tim came back and got him
on the breaking ball. This is the type breaking ball that Burnett wants, particularly against left-handed batters. Dropping out of the strike zone but looking like a strike.
So 1 out, nobody on. For Meiser is Turris. Is Turris tonight 0 for 2. He's lined to right, grounded out, and he grounds to the right side here. Cano to his left, picks it up, throws him out. 2 gone. The batter will be Juan Rivera. Just to finish and clarify, Andorra is a small country between Spain and France, and you have this 21-year-old talent. Aroldis Chapman, starting to see some of these younger players enter baseball here in the States. Kendry Morales is coming off a year in which he hit 34 home runs. Filled in so well for the departed free agent Mark Teixeira. Now somebody's decided that they're going to walk around on the rocks in the hitter's backdrop behind the pitcher, and so while that guy's vacationing out there, we have a break in the action.
Removed.
He's removing himself.
Yeah, I guess he is.
Maybe. There he goes. So security never got there, but he determined that he had had his moment in the spotlight, and now he's gone. Off to Never Never Land. Through the rocks, never to be seen again. 2 out, nobody on, and a 4-0 game. The Yankees in the 7th will have the bottom 3 in their lineup. That's the 3rd. A-Rod picks it up, throws for the out. A 1-2-3 inning for A.J. Burnett. We go into the 7th. 4-0 Angels. Back after this from your local Fox station. In the lineup tonight for the Yankees, who have the bottom 3 in their order. Swisher, who's 2 for 14 in this series. First up, he struck out, he's grounded out, and a breaking ball is fouled out of play off to the left. Strike 1. Swisher pops it up. He is really struggling. Out goes Ibar. In comes Hunter. 1 out. Here comes Cabrera. Posada will follow, and then if anybody gets on, Derek Jeter. Breaking ball for a strike. 1 for 2 tonight is Cabrera. Had a total of 2 RBIs in his first 12 postseason games. He had 4 RBIs in game 4 here. That's fair. Past the first baseman and down the right field line. Morales couldn't get a glove on it. And it's the second extra base hit of the night for New York. And Cabrera's 2 for 3. He's hot.
Had 3 hits in last night's game. This breaking ball stays up a little bit. Diving is Morales. And an easy double for Cabrera as the Yankees try to get something going. Breaking ball inside part of the plate.
Posada pinch hit in the 5th inning. After Cabrera got a 1-out single, now Cabrera has a 1-out double. The Yankees hope that's the start of something big here in the 7th. The Yankees postseason history, 1 comeback win when they've trailed by 4 or more runs in the 7th inning or later. Division series at Minnesota, game 4 in 04. Ball 1 on a curveball low. Posada struck out in the 5th inning and is only at bat of the night. Good curveball, strike 1. Strike 2. Runners in scoring position this series, game 4 compared to tonight. Game 4, a 10-1 Yankee win. That's in the dirt. Tonight it's the Angels, 2 for 5. As Mike Scioscia's club built a 4-0 lead in the 1st. That's out of play.
Hey, if you're the Yankee hitters, you have got to go up there looking curveball. Lackey's thrown enough fastballs to keep you honest. But he has lived by the curve and is yet to die by the curve tonight.
'95th pitch of the night for John Lackey coming up. On a 2-2 count with Jorge Posada at the plate.
No sign. Oh, there he goes.
In the dirt. Full count. Activity starts for the Angels in their bullpen. 3-2. That's out of play. Oliver and Jepson. The lefty and the righty getting loose. Posada draws a walk and Lackey can't believe it. And that brings Field and Colbreth out from behind home plate. That reaction by Lackey. It's 2 on, 1 out.
After all those curveballs, Lackey comes inside with the fastball, and you can see him buckling those legs like that. I guess that pitch was called low. It was not inside. It was very, very close.
And now Mike Butcher stays long enough for Lackey to have his say with home plate umpire Field and Culbreth. That was the purpose of that visit. Lackey trying to put that behind him. Our unofficial look at it showed it as a strike. It's called ball 4, and it's 2 on 1 out for Derek Jeter. What will that lead to? Yankees put 2 on last inning. That was with 2 out. Put 2 on in the first inning with nobody out and didn't score. Ball 1 outside. Ball 2. .164 career postseason hits for Derek Jeter, the all-time leader. The all-time leader in the Yankee organization for hits. Asked Derek this season. Waits for a 2-0. And takes ball 3. The next pitch will be pitch number 101 from John Lackey. And it's ball 4 to load him up. The tying run will step to the plate. Johnny Damon. Will he face Lackey or will it be Oliver?
I think he's going to face John Lackey. I think Lackey's used to working himself out of jams like this. This may be his last inning. But if you're Mike Scioscia, that's the best you got out there. And unless the Yankees take the lead, I think Lackey will still be the pitcher.
Damon has homered in 2 straight games. Ball 1. Tied a career high with 24 home runs during the regular season. Good curveball from Lackey. 1-1. One memorable Damon grand slam in LCS play for the Red Sox against the Yankees at the old Yankee Stadium, Game 7. Second inning, 2004, and he hits one in the air to left. Cabrera will tag. Rivera makes the catch. Cabrera goes back to the base and just does get back. As Figgins sneaked in there and threw behind him to Ibar.
I think Cabrera took off and was held up by third base coach Robbie Thompson and almost broke too far off the bag. Tagging on the play. Now he makes the break. Figgins alertly makes the play, shuffles it off to Ibar covering. And Cabrera is back. You can't take a chance when you're 4 runs down.
So that'll be it for John Lackey. He's saying this is mine, but this is the second visit of the inning. He's gone after 6 2/3. He shoots the gap. Left center field. This ball is one hop off the wall, and 3 runs coming to the plate. Throw by Ibar late. It's a 1-run game as Teixeira finally delivers for New York.
Okay, the one guy who is livid right now is John Lackey. You could hear him and see him, not hear him, but see him clearly say, "This is mine, Soch." Well, it's a 4-3 ball game. On the first pitch, Mark Teixeira on a slider drills a double to put the Yankees within 1.
Now an intentional pass to Alex Rodriguez to put 2 on for Matsui. Teixeira did not have an RBI in this series. He led the American League in RBIs with 122 and batting right-handed. Side of the play where he had the higher average. The switch hitter just shot the gap in left center field. A break for the Yankees as the ball stayed in play on that bounce, allowing Jeter to come around to score. Back to John Lackey. Stunned to see Mike Scioscia come out of the dugout after Damon flied out to shallow left. Pleading to stay in the game, but it was the second visit of the inning. And as soon as that ball shot the gap in left center field, John Lackey left the dugout. Now it's Oliver against Matsui in a 4-3 game. And high heat, 90 miles an hour from Oliver.
At first point in the scouting report about what a fierce competitor John Lackey was and is, certainly reared its head when Scioscia took him out.
You love that.
Oh, I love it. I'm telling you, love it.
2 on, 2 out. Matsui takes the ball outside from Oliver. So instead of Lackey, who had gotten the second out of the inning, 38-year-old Darren Oliver threw 1 pitch, a breaking ball, and Teixeira jumped on it. A 1-1. That ball is into center. Here comes Teixeira, and just like that, Game 5 is tied.
The Yankee fans at Angel Stadium have been quiet for the first 6 innings. And now the double by Teixeira and the single by Matsui has tied it here in the 7th.
And even with the left-handed hitting, Robinson Cano coming up, the lefty Oliver is yanked. Jepson coming in. Teixeira right in the middle of it here in the 7th. Game 5 is tied. He's allowed 2 earned runs this postseason. Go-ahead run at second now. Runners on at first and second with 2 out for Cano. Ball 1. Cano is 0 for 3 in this game. Jared Weaver now getting loose for the Angels. That's foul. And we go back to a 3-2 pitch to Jorge Posada with a runner on and 1 out in this inning.
That was a situation where it's still 4-0 Angels. Lackey wanted the pitch, was not given the pitch by Field and Culbreth, and that led to Lackey being taken out of the game with the bases loaded.
Cano into right center field. Rodriguez will score. Matsui from first. Here he comes. Cano going to third. It's a 2-run game. The ball trickles away. Jepson backs up, and it's 6-4 New York.
Looked like a slider down and in. Cano driving in 2 and drives himself to third base. The throw home in between hop. Rodriguez motioning for Cano to score, but he would have been out. 6 runs here in the 7th inning for the Yankees.
All of the runs scoring with 2 out. And Matsui scores from first as that throw hit him on the helmet after a bounce on the 2-run triple by Robinson Cano. Now Nick Swisher. Ball 1 up from Jepson. Robinson Cano came into this game in his career during the postseason a .115 hitter from the 7th inning on, 3 for 26. He just delivered with 2 outs, scoring 2 runs with a triple. Here's a fly ball into left. Swisher remains hitless. Makes 2 outs in the 7th inning. But a huge inning for the Yankees. 6 runs. Time to stretch here at Angel Stadium. 6-4 New York in Game 5. Seventh inning stretch time here at Angels Stadium, and A.J. Burnett. It's been a story of 2 half innings. 4 runs in the bottom of the first for the Angels. 6 runs for the Yankees in the top of the 7th. They lead at 6-4. Verizon game summary. In this ALCS, CC Sabathia 2-0, ERA just over 1.13. Teams trade wins in extra innings, games 2 and 3. Yankees went to work, won at 10-1 in game 4, and Alex Rodriguez had a big night. And now here this evening in game 5, the two managers, some of the stats. The Angels put up 4 runs in the first inning as the first 5 batters reached base. The Yankees 6 runs in the 7th. All of the runs scoring with 2 out. Teixeira finally broke through. First hit this postseason with runners in scoring position. Bases loaded, 2 out, 3-run double. Then he scored after an intentional walk to Rodriguez on a base hit by Matsui, and a 2-run triple by Robinson Cano made it 6-4, and here we are, bottom of the 7th. Jeff Mathis, who's 2 for 2, leads it off against A.J. Burnett, who has persevered after that long first inning. Since then, he has allowed just 3 hits. He's walked only 1, and he struck out 3 with Chamberlain and Marte getting loose in the bullpen. But low ball 1.
We talked about it, and obviously we're surprised about the fact that Mike Scioscia removed John Lackey. You can well understand Lackey's thinking on that. He's the best pitcher the Angels have. They don't really have a dominant closer, and that's why, in my view, it was very surprising to see Mike Scioscia remove John Lackey in a situation where if he gets a ground ball at somebody, he gets a double play and they get out of the inning.
Here's a 1-1 pitch, and Mathis has got another hit. He's 3 for 3, and that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
I beg your pardon, I said a double play. There were 2 outs when he took him out. So even more so as Mathis gets his 3rd hit of the night. You can well understand John Lackey's anger when he was taken out of the game.
Ibar now, who's 0 for 2. Joe Girardi showing a lot of confidence and patience with A.J. Burnett. He's got a rested bullpen. He has certainly, in postseason games prior to this one, been quick to go to his pen. He got 8 innings out of Sabathia 2 nights ago in game number 4. But Burnett, even after the leadoff hit by Mathis, gets to continue here in the 7th as Phil Hughes now gets up for the 2nd time. Places Chamberlain, and Ibar fouls it back, strike 2. So all those big power arms for the Yankees have had 2 days off after a lot of work through the first 3 games of this ALCS and the postseason in general. 0-2 pitch to Ibar. Ball 1 outside. The 1-2. 2-2. Top of the order, Sean Figgins is on deck. 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball is low. Depending on what Ivar does here, it could be a case where one manager is second guessed for taking his starter out too soon, and the other is second guessed for staying with his starter too long. The pitch count for Burnett, 88. 3-2 pitch. And it's 2 on with nobody out. And that's it for the Yankee starter. Burnett allows a hit and a walk in the 7th. Marte is coming in. Yankees up by 2. Sean Figgins coming up. And I would put this in the category of an interesting choice. Up by 2. It's a left-hander. That's no surprise, but it's Damaso Marte and not Phil Koch. Sean Figgins at the plate, 2 on, nobody out. Up there to bunt, and he drops down a good one. Marte gets the out at first, and the runners advance to second and third.
I think you assuredly bring in a left-hander in that situation because the bunt's easier to play if it's bunted down the third base line. But I agree with you. Marte in a jam, not as good as Koch in a jam, or for that matter, any other Yankee pitcher in their bullpen.
Let's see what the Yankees do with Abreu. They will pitch to him. Runners on at second and third. Marte had an ERA of 9.45 during the regular season and a record of 1-3.
But Damaso Marte, the most volatile of the Yankee relievers.
Abreu has a double. Still does not have an RBI in this ALCS. Teixeira broke through for the Yankees. Abreu takes the ball. First base is open. The right-handed hitting Torrey Hunter on deck. Phil Hughes in the bullpen. strike on a borderline pitch.
Abreu thought it was outside.
The 1-1. Chopped off the plate to first. Teixeira will take it himself. Run scores at 6-5. It's an RBI ground out for Abreu, and that'll be it for Marte. A one-run game, bottom of the 7th. Torrey Hunter coming up. Phil Hughes is coming in. The World Series will start Wednesday at 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific in high definition, only on Fox. Will it be here or in the Bronx? Phil Hughes takes over. Yankees up 3-1, leading in this game, Game 5, 6-5. Abreu just got his first RBI of this series. Torrey Hunter got his first RBIs of this ALCS back in the first with a 2-run single. There's the tying run Ibar, 2 out. And a battle between Phil Hughes and the Angel center fielder. Ball 1. Ball 2 with Guerrero on deck. Ball 3. breaking ball on 3-0 is in for strike one.
After missing with 3 fastballs, Phil Hughes throws a 3-0 slider.
Check swing, they appeal, no swing, and it's first and third. 2 out. Vladimir Guerrero. A visit from Dave Island. 2 Sundays ago, Division Series Game 3. Against Jonathan Papelbon. Dropped one into center, 2 RBIs, and the game winner as the Angels swept the Red Sox. He hit a 2-out, 2-run shot to tie game 3. A game that the Angels eventually won in 11 innings here on Monday. And in this game has an RBI double, a run scored. With his team down 3-1 and by a run here in the bottom of the 7th, no bigger at bat this postseason than right here for Guerrero.
Guerrero, a notorious bad ball hitter. But if you play on that in a situation like this, you may throw that bad pitch for a wild pitch and allow Ibar to score.
Breaking ball has been the best pitch for Hughes. 1-1.
Shaking Posada off 3 times.
Another breaking ball, strike 2.
2 sliders and now the curveball, and a good one.
A deeper array of pitches for Hughes, a former starter. 1-2 on Guerrero.
I would think he'd go right back to the curveball. Shaking off Posada again. Nope, high fastball.
And a ground ball up the middle. Game tie.
When a hitter swings and misses as badly as Guerrero did and come back with a fastball right down the pipe, I don't understand it. Here's the pitch before the fastball, making Guerrero look bad on the curveball, and then coming back with a fastball, and Guerrero ties it.
Now Kendry Morales waves and misses, strike 1. So Burnett was allowed to go back out there for the 7th inning, allowed a hit, a walk. Those 2 runners come around in 6+ innings, 6 runs on 8 hits, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. And now it's Hughes trying to keep it tied. Kendry Morales takes a ball. Fifth best total in the American League with 108 RBIs during the regular season. Morales has 3 this ALCS and 6 during the postseason. Two and 1. 3-1. Ripped through the right side. Here comes Torrey Hunter, and the Angels are back on top. Torrey Hunter crossed home plate. Guerrero went first to third. First and third, 2 out, and a breaking ball misses to Turris.
Hughes falling behind Morales, 3-1. Came in with a fastball. Java Chamberlain warming. I don't think that's the pitch that is questioned in this inning. It's that 1-2 fastball right down the middle of the plate to Vladimir Guerrero.
Is Turris. Takes a strike. A walk and 2 straight RBI hits for the Angels with 2 out. And Jared Weaver continues to get loose. Strike 2 on another good curveball from Phil Hughes.
The whole point is, if you get beat, if you get tied, what you want to do is get tied or beaten in the late innings with your best pitch. And Hughes' best pitch is his curveball.
There it is, gets away. Posada will throw to first, and the inning is over. But what was a 2-run Yankee lead is now a 1-run Angel lead. Yankees got 6. Angels got 3. It's game 5. 3 games to 1 New York. Angels lead tonight 7-6. Was the starter in game 3, misses high with ball 1. That floats in for a strike. Weaver makes his second postseason relief appearance. Has not done it in the regular season. And he's up on the count to Melky Cabrera. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cabrera's 2 out of 3. Posada will follow, then Jeter. Angels lead 7-6. Total of 9 runs scoring in the 7th inning. And a strikeout starts the 8th. What did we see in the 7th inning? A total inning that lasted just under 45 minutes long. 63 total pitches. 9 runs, 7 hits, and 2 lead changes. Joe Girardi, who was under fire and accused and criticized for overmanaging in game 3, bringing in Aceves to relieve David Robertson, let his starter A.J. Burnett go back out for the bottom of the 7th after that long layoff with a well-rested bullpen. First 2 reached. Then Girardi went into the bullpen, and those 2 runs scored to tie it. 1 more for the Angel lead, and now Weaver knocks it down and gets the second out. When we last saw Jared Weaver, he was upset in the dugout when Mike Scioscia took him out of the ballgame after 5 innings. Little did he know he would enter in the 8th with his team up by a run, down 3-1, trying to help send this series back to New York.
Joe, I'm a little surprised that Kendry Morales is not on the line at first base to guard against the double. Jeter hits the ball in that direction with regularity. And if he's going to pace the line, it would be the right field line and not the left field line. But Morales off the line. You can understand Figgins because Jeter doesn't pull that many balls down the line, but not Morales.
Good rip, strike 2. Right now it's a 1-run game. And Alex Rodriguez will hit again. See in the top of your screen, game 6 if necessary. Contrary to a schedule you may have from earlier beginning of this series, it's a night game. 7:30 Eastern at Yankee Stadium. Saunders and Pettit. 1-2 pitch. Yankees trying to avoid that with a win here tonight, and the count 2-2 as Weaver missed outside. star for the Angels in this game, and then Eric Ibar. Angels up by 1. 2 lefties getting ready in the bullpen. 1 for each side. Phil Koch for the Yankees and Brian Fuentes for the Angels. And here's one into the gap in left center field. Well hit, 1 hop off the wall. Rivera has a leadoff double.
Before this double, Rivera 2 for 19. Jabba Chamberlain hangs a slider in the middle of the plate. And you could see Jabba's reaction to that. The minute that ball hung up the middle of the plate, he dropped his head and turned towards first base.
Reggie Willits comes off the bench and will run for Juan Rivera. As I mentioned the last half inning, right now it's a 1-run game, which is important with the kind of bats the Yankees have coming up in the 9th inning. Damon, Teixeira, and Rodriguez.
Normally you may think about bunting with Jeff Mathis, but he's been so hot. He's 3 for 3. 2 singles, a double.
He does bunt hard and foul outside first. John Lackey is back in the dugout. That rally in the bottom of the 7th brought him out. Frustrated after leaving in the top half. The Yankees scored 6 runs after he left. Took a 6-4 lead. The Angels came right back with 3 and lead 7-6. Another foul at strike 2. You can see the radar gun, and you and I talk about it, Tim, during the course of the regular season, how that can at times be overrated. But in talking to Joe Girardi, he will tell you that the fastball isn't what it was when Jabba Chamberlain burst onto the scene in 2007. He's lost that little extra jump at the end.
No question about it. Don't think pitchers aren't well aware of that radar gun, too.
There's Phil Koch. On deck is Ibar. Willits at second with nobody out.
You almost have to throw him a slider right here. He has hit high fastballs throughout this series. 3 hits tonight. And now Posada wants to talk. When you get a pitcher from the bullpen in the middle innings, the catcher who's been back there is much more aware of what a hitter has done than a guy from the bullpen. Starting pitcher will go through a lineup 1, 2, 3 times. So he makes his own decisions. But this is the first time that Jabba Chamberlain has faced Jeff Mathis. So you defer to Posada.
Still 1-2. How about the stat we showed? Hits in each of his last 6 at-bats for Jeff Mathis, with 4 doubles mixed in for a guy who is a career 200 hitter in the big leagues. A 1-2 and a strikeout There's a better fastball, 96, than we've seen from Jabba Chamberlain at times this postseason.
Blows it right by Mathis.
So Mathis is gone, and Eric Ibar will be the batter. '93 on the fastball, ball one. Just to finish what Girardi was talking about, he said when you get up to 96, 97, 98 on the fastball, those last few miles per hour make a big difference. Ibar floats one on the infield, played by Cano, throw to first too late, and it's first and third, one out on an infield hit.
Ibar jammed on the pitch. Cano with a strong arm from second base, but it's a low throw and Ibar beats it.
Well, the Yankees, with Figgins coming up, have turned Figgins around plenty in this series, trying to get him to bat right-handed. Figgins will be up with first and third, one out. And a long meeting on the mound as now Cope takes his seat and Mariano Rivera gets loose.
In a one-run ball game, I don't think Rivera's ready yet, but Derek Jeter trying to buy time, talking to Chamberlain. Posada out there talking to Chamberlain. I'm sure they mentioned the squeeze bunt. Now the infield in because you're not going to double up Figgins. And if Rivera enters the game, you want him in right now.
Yeah, I mean, if you're willing to bring him in here, and he wasn't up with Ibar at the plate, and Ibar gets a base hit, well, the Yankees are doing all they can to stall, but he should be ready by now.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right.
Instead, Coke was up, and a late change of heart by Girardi in the dugout. Now time's called, and this is a stall tactic by the Yankees trying to get Rivera ready. He should have been up at least during the at-bat by Ibar.
That's right.
So now we'll get throws over.
Once again, the reason the infield is in, once you bring the infield in, for the most part, you're ignoring the double play. You're going to play for the play at the plate. And the reason they bring him in is Figgins is such a fast runner, you don't figure to double him up.
There's two. Ibar has no lead. They're just trying to buy time, and they've bought enough, and Girardi will make the move. So back to Rivera. First and third, one out. Figgins will be at the plate with the Angels up 1 in the 8th. Coors Light Freeze Cam, brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. On the jam shot for a base hit up the middle, it stayed on the infield, but Ibar beat the throw from Cano, and it's first and third with one out. And Rivera inherits two runners. His numbers are staggering every time you look at him, what he's done in his career in the postseason. And here is Figgins. That's what he's done in his career against the Yankee right-hander.
Joe, I think with Rivera in the game, that increases the chance of a squeeze bunt here. With Chamberlain, not so. Figgins has only 4 sacrifice flies all year. Chances of him lifting the ball to the outfield remote because of Rivera's cutter.
Infield is in. Good rip by Figgins, but strike one. Rivera pitched 1 inning in game 1. Pitched 2 1/3 in game 2. After the off day, 1 inning in game 3. He's had 2 days off. The 0-1. Ibar takes second. With the infield in, nobody scrambling back to cover. And it's second and third, 1 out. And it is a stolen base for Eric Ibar. Strike 2, 1 and 2.
Now visions of Luis Gonzalez of the Arizona Diamondbacks with the infield in. Gonzalez winning the World Series for Arizona in 2001 against Rivera. And Rivera breaks so many bats that sometimes the infield in is not the right move.
The 1-2, 2 and 2. Two strikes limits the chance of a squeeze. Infield in, 1 out, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And a fly ball into right. Swisher charging, makes the catch, throw to the plate. They hold Willits, and it's 2 out in the inning. Accurate, quick release from Nick Swisher. And even with the speed of Reggie Willits at third, the Angels hold him, and it looked like the right move.
No, I agree with that. Dino Ebel, the third base coach, saw Willits come up the line about 4 steps and then put up the stop sign. He saw the throw was on line. Watch Willits. Whoa. You couldn't see Ebel in the picture, but you'll see him now. Go up the line and then stop him. And it was the right move.
Second and third, 2 out for Abreu, who has a double, a run scored, and an RBI ground out in this game. His first RBI of this series. Former Yankee digs in. Strike 1. So again, we talk about the importance for the Yankees to keep it a 1-run game. And Rivera, with Damon, Teixeira, and Rodriguez, who combined for 93 home runs during the regular season. The hitters coming up in the ninth. The 0-1 pitch is popped up into left center field, and Cabrera is there. The Yankees call on Rivera again, and again he comes out from behind the outfield wall and shuts down the opposition. Fuentes coming in to try and send it back to the Bronx. And here is Brian Fuentes. 7 blown saves during the regular season, 1 this postseason. The guy who got him in game 2 of this series is due up third. Rodriguez. First up, Johnny Damon. Strike 1. First year in an Angel uniform for Brian Fuentes. Led the AL with 48 saves. Damon 1 for 4 tonight. Almost tried to lean into that pitch. 1-1.
He thought about it.
Two and 1. Fuentes last worked on Monday in game 3. It's 1 scoreless inning with 2 strikeouts, and out number 1. Like a rocket off the bat of Damon, right at Morales.
And you know what 90% of the people in Southern California and New York's thinking right now. If Fuentes gets to share out, do you walk A-Rod?
Teixeira finally broke through here tonight, and he pops it up. Abreu in right. 2 out. And here comes Rodriguez. What's he done this postseason? Tied game 2 off Joe Nathan with a 2-run shot. Tied game 3 off Provano. And then in the 11th, in game 2, off this pitcher, Brian Fuentes went the opposite way and tied the game. Hideki Matsui is on deck, and here comes the walk.
Rodriguez talking to Jeff Mathis, saying, "You're walking me," and Jeff probably said, "Yes, we're walking you."
Different story in the 11th in game 2 with him leading off the inning.
Right.
As opposed to 2 out, nobody on here in game 5. Tying run is on, 2 out. And Hideki Matsui, who's 2 for 3 in his career against Brian Fuentes, who has 1 home run this postseason, hit 28 during the regular season, digging in.
Alfredo Griffin telling Henry Morales, hold Rodriguez on. Don't play behind him. So Morales moved in front of Rodriguez, and now Freddie Guzman comes out to be the pinch runner for Rodriguez.
So that's a tying run. Guzman with good speed, and a check on the runner at first. Four stolen bases during the regular season for Guzman, caught once. Ball 1 to Matsui. Inside corner, strike 1.
With the curveball again that stayed inside. That's a dangerous pitch to Matsui. 28 home runs on the year. You're throwing the curveball. You want to keep it away from him, of course.
Way away, ball 2. Guzman trying to get a read of Fuentes. Is he daring enough to try and swipe second? Ball 3 outside, 3-1. On deck is Cano. Full count.
Mike Socia telling Morales, hold him on. You might save a step or two. A ball in the gap. A lot of teams would play behind the runner with 2 outs, 3-2 on the hitter. Not the Angels, and that's the proper play.
Guzman will take off. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Just outside for ball 4. Down to second, the tying run. On at first, the go-ahead run for Cano, and that pitch down and away. So an intentional walk. Now the conventional walk to Matsui, who's lifted for a pinch runner. That's Gardner. Great speed on the bases for the Yankees here in the 9th. And it's up to Robinson Cano. A 2-out, 2-run triple his last time up. That was against Jepson.
Hey, Torrey Hunter with 8 gold gloves is very, very deep in center field. It's almost like he's in a no doubles defense, and this is not the time for it.
Strike 1. Tying run at second. Go ahead run at first, 2 out. That'll load him up. Fuentes has walked 2 and now hit a batter. And Nick Swisher, who does not have an RBI this entire series, will be the hitter. So Swisher, as they visit on the mound, who drove in 82 runs during the regular season, his first year in a Yankee uniform, has 1 RBI this postseason. That came in the division series against the Twins. No RBIs in this ALCS. And hitless with runners in scoring position this postseason. Bases loaded, 2 out. 7-6 Angels. Swisher chopped to third. It's a foul ball. Foul ball. And instead of out number 3 and get on the airplane, it's strike 1.
Figgins does what he can to keep this ball fair, but as you see, it is a foul ball. Catching the ball and stepping on the bag quickly. but about a foot foul.
Laz Diaz with the call. Yankees have loaded the bases without a hit. Very good speed on. Guzman, Gardner, and Cano. Slowly hit, foul again, strike 2.
Fuentes with that very deceptive changeup. So he goes fastball to get ahead, changeup to get way ahead. You have to think that Swisher is going to see that changeup again.
Not even close for ball 1. Not tempting at all to Nick Swisher. Nick, who made 2 outs in the 7th inning and who is 8 for 52 in his postseason career. And a foul.
That foul tip got Jeff Mathis behind the plate in the bare hand. Watch the right hand of Mathis. Nope. Got him in the right leg. I beg your pardon.
A quick visit from Mathis out to Fuentes. And the count's still 1-2. Back to the fastball high, 2-2. It's a situation like this that makes this game great. 1-run lead. Angels down in the series 3-1. Bases loaded, New York, 2 out and a 2-2 count. Ball 3. It was 0-2. Now it's 3-2. Runners go, and a pop-up. Out behind short, Ibar. Squeezes, and we're going to New York.